All right. Quick introduction this time. Last time when we left the party, they had just fought off a pair of what seemed to be gargoyles reanimated into large feathered creatures called Vrox. As they are on their way to the Amber Temple, they are still on the outside of a large stone wall along the mountainside with a heavy iron portcullis, which is closed in front of them, as well as a curtain of green flame behind that, keeping them from the bridge over the Lunar River, after which it is only a short hike until the Amber Temple itself. There is what looks like a guard tower visible just on the other side of the wall, but there are, at least that you've seen, no apparent means of lifting the portcullis or dispelling the green flame. As we pick things up with the dark feathered bodies of the Vrox still kind of twitching on the ground, the first thing we see and hear is the portcullis beginning to move and the rattling of the chains pulling it up, seemingly unmanned. The green flame, however, remains. So what are you guys doing?
Did we kill the birds?
Yeah.
Okay. Defensively watching the portals go up?
That's fair. So, yeah, if nobody else is doing anything besides defensively watching the portcullis go up, the portcullis goes up menacingly, threateningly, direly, and yeah, it finishes going up and it's up.
Where is Muriel?
She is down at ground level, shaking off a nasty side effect that she had succumbed to in the fight for the second time, paralysis.
Oh.
But you see her sort of shaking her extremities. She's still in her hybrid form, so she's like standing up, kind of stretching and shaking and just seeming to get control of her body once again.
I'll walk over to her then. Is she looking hurt at all?
I mean, maybe a couple minor bumps and bruises, but nothing.
Nothing major.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I will walk over to her and prestidigitation and kind of clean any dust or, dirt or anything off of her. And I'll say, if you wanted to, you could turn me into a were-raven and I could do all the hard work.
I think she kind of cocks her head, looks at you, and shrugs, shakes her head, and hops up in the air, taking flight to swoop around the wall once again. What she had been doing before, as the gargoyles animated themselves and attacked you guys.
Damn it!
Um,
I just sullenly walk back over and stand next to Yoan.
You mean not
Okay.
her?
Malkar's not there. I was gonna say Malkar, and I'm like, oh shit, he's not there. Yoan.
Who's my second best friend?
Yep. Yeah, it might be
Alright.
Dane.
I mean, me and Dane are next to each other, so.
Yeah.
All right. So is there anything you guys would like to do as Muriel's over there trying to rummage through the guard tower?
How close is the green fire to the gate?
So essentially what you're looking at is the portcullis, which just raised, and then there's probably, about 2 feet before you kind of reach the middle of the wall, at which point there is this straight curtain of green flame filling the entire height and width of the way through.
Do I see anything that was inside the portcullis but outside the fire?
Just in that little 2-foot space.
Uh-huh.
You do not. I'm not even going to make you roll for that.
Rolled nat 20. Nope, see nothing.
How long are we standing around for?
Well, Muriel swoops around, and anyone who's watching her will see her land ground level, just the other side of the gate, probably about 30 feet away from the wall, where there is a single door that leads into this small guard tower just inside. See her kind of disappear into the door, cautiously, seemingly making her way up. Okay.
You know
So I
what?
need
She's
to-
not going alone. I'm dimension dooring to her.
Okay. All
And
right.
you know what? I'll reach down and grab Dane and do it if he's willing.
Is Dane willing?
Yep. Yeah, I was
Okay.
gonna try and climb the wall with the wagon, but this works better.
So Dane and I
Okay.
just pop up right next to her.
All right. So yeah, and you do this as Muriel is kind of attempting to open the door, and as she goes to kind of grasp the handle and open it, it doesn't budge. It seems not locked because there is kind of some give, and the handle turns. Feels like it might be barred from the other side.
And we teleport in at that point.
Yeah, you pop out of your dimension door and you see Muriel grab the handle and start to open the door, but then it hits something before it's even able to really open any significant amount.
Are there any gaps around the doorway? Is there a big gap at the bottom?
I mean, not huge, but it you might be able to see through it if that's what you're angling for.
Yep. I'm gonna bend down, look underneath it, and I'm just gonna just see me turn to mist, and I'll misty step inside.
Okay. Yeah. So you do that, and
As soon as I get in, I'm gonna try to unbar the door and get the fuck back out because I don't know what's in here.
you don't know and you don't care. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So you just slip under the door and rematerialize just inside. Throw up the wooden plank that's barring the door shut, and you said you're opening it and ducking back out real quick.
Yep. I'm opening it and getting the fuck out of there.
Okay. Yeah. So as you do that and kind of push Muriel out of the way in the process, I assume you're turning back to see what you just opened up.
Yep. I'm gonna get at least behind Dane before I turn around.
Okay. Yeah, so you do that, and peering through the door, you can see what looks like a long, disused fireplace situated right across from the door. You can hear the wind as it's kind of whipping around the mountainside. It kind of whistles as it comes down the chimney and out the fireplace, kind of screaming in your direction. To the right, against the right wall, there is a stone staircase that seems to lead upward. And there are 3 windows, all kind of looking out away from the mountain. There doesn't seem to be anything inside.
I want to walk inside and start heading up the staircase.
Okay.
I'll follow.
All right. You walk in, head up. Again, quiet except for the kind of whistling and screeching of the wind through the crevices in this building. And as you reach the second floor, it is painless windows kind of set into just about every exterior wall. You can see a rusted iron ladder bolted to the floor and to the ceiling, leading up to a wooden trapdoor. And mounted above the second floor fireplace is the taxidermied head of a direwolf. And for a second, it almost sounds as though the wind coming out of the chimney emulates the howling sound of the wolf.
I want to go check the trapdoor.
Okay.
I'm gonna go inspect the direwolf.
All right. So yeah, Dane, you make your way up the ladder. Creaks a little bit as you head up, but seems sturdy enough. You get up to the trapdoor, and are you going to try and open it?
Yep.
All right. You do so. There's kind of a loud squeal as it kind of flops open, and you're staring up at the stormy gray Barovian sky. And as you kind of peek your head up through the floor of this third level, you can see 10-foot tall gold-plated statues standing atop the battlements of this tower, facing outward, each one depicting a female human knight holding a lance. The cold wind stirs the snow, under which you see human skeletons clad in rusty, long, deteriorated chainmail. In the meantime, as Ron is downstairs looking at the direwolf head, what are you trying to discern, I guess, specifically?
I'm just looking at it. It's a big-ass wolf head.
Yeah,
It's interesting.
yeah.
Just looking to see, I don't know, maybe if there's any trapdoors or, buttons or anything on it.
Okay. Make an investigation check.
Yeah, this ought to be good. It's not too bad. Never mind.
Yeah, I mean, you look around and it seems just like a taxidermied head.
Do I see a plaque at all on it saying where it's from?
No, there's no labeling of any sort. I mean, it's mounted to kind of a wooden like board sort of behind it, just supporting it. But there doesn't seem to be any documentation on it.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna stare into its eye. Does it look like its eye is moving at all?
No, not really.
Okay, I'll walk back over to Dane.
Okay, so you're gonna like stare up the ladder at him?
Yeah, I'll just go stand at the bottom and look up at him.
Okay. So Dane, as you're there, your head poking through the floor, anything you'd like to do?
I want to tell Ron real quick what I see and then climb up.
Okay.
Can I have messaged him and say, what do you see?
Sure.
Okay. So.
And does the player for Ron remember what Ron heard?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so Dane, you climb up and you're standing atop this guard tower. And, well, you're now looking out over the Barovian mountainside. There's this steep, steep cliff, almost a straight drop down the face of the tower and then the subsequent mountainside. You can't even see the bottom due to all the blowing, swirling snow kind of obscuring everything.
I want to walk over to one of the statues and inspect it, see if I see anything on it.
I'll climb
Okay.
up too.
All right. Make an investigation check. No, I mean it's a nice statue. Very very well crafted, and pretty pretty strong, noble looking female that you're admiring here.
I want to pull out the sun sword and poke it real quick with the sun sword, see if it does anything.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think the just the raw heat that kind of emanates from the sun sword maybe causes the outer surface of the statue to maybe steam a bit. I mean, really, I think just having the sword out would produce this like ribbon of steam just emanating from it. But beyond that, I mean, you don't see any like abnormal effects from what you're doing.
Well, as long as it didn't try to kill me, I don't care.
No, seems considerably more statue-like than the statues that just tried to kill you a few minutes ago.
That's good. Walk around and see if I see any buttons or levers or anything
Okay,
around the rest of the battlements.
all right. Um,
Just some help, maybe.
yeah, make a perception check.
Nope.
Yeah, I mean, there's really not much to be seen up here from the looks of things. You count a total of 4 skeletons lying on the floor, with their broken equipment kind of scattered about. But yeah, beyond that, not really anything here.
They're all chainmail armor.
Yeah, very old, borderline disintegrating chainmail armor. Yeah.
I go see if they have any weapons or money on them or anything on them.
Okay. I'm not going to make you roll for this. So you poke around, finding what you can. You see a few tattered bits of cloth, some broken longbows, some warped arrows, rusty blades and ruined sheaths, and rusty, nearly unusable chainmail.
Okay. Well, I don't see anything up here. I'm gonna head back down the ladder.
Okay. Anything from Ron?
No, I mean, if he... I guess I went up there with him, but if he's going back down, I'll just go back down.
Okay. Yeah, I think you go back down and see Muriel kind of looking around, somewhat confusedly. I think at the very least, Dane would probably be wondering, okay, so like, what the hell did they use to bring up the portcullis, right? If there's nothing here, there didn't seem to be anything on the interior side of the wall. It just apparently goes up on its own. And yeah, you head back down and out, and still hanging there in the opening in the wall is this curtain of green flame.
I'm going to try to Eldritch Blast it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an attack. All right. Here's a question, and I would like Taylor to answer this one as Ron-like as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Where exactly in this curtain of green flame are you aiming?
Yeah, just kind of like straight at it.
Okay. You hear a thump on the other side, and the dismayed roaring of a particular saber-toothed tiger whose wagon you just eldritch blasted.
Oh,
Sorry, I thought it might reflect it. I figured that would happen.
destroyed the wagon.
No, I just hit it.
What fire?
No, I hit it with force. So it was just a big thump.
Poor Tucker.
It's like kicking its kennel. Okay. So yeah, what's next?
Well, I'm out of ideas.
I don't see anything.
Fly over the fire.
While this is going on, can I take a stick and poke it into the fire?
Sure. You find a stick, which is actually kind of a difficult task. I mean, it's probably like a little twig off of some mountainside bush or something. You stick it in the fire, and it ignites, as one would expect it to.
Does anything else happen to it?
Nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay.
And I guess at this point, Muriel is going to take off and flap her way back over the wall, touch down, and I think she shifts back to human form for a moment to have a conversation with all of you. And she says, well, if this is really a wall of flame, I suppose one resolution for this is I could fly most of us over one at a time.
Is there any water in the area?
There's probably some water at the bottom of the crevice that the bridge spans, just beyond the tower here. But you're talking probably 500 to 600 feet down.
That's not helpful.
How sturdy do the battlements over the fire look?
Over the fire, I mean, pretty sturdy.
So not easily knocked down.
No, not really.
Okay.
Alright, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to look around, and can I see the 2 dead Frocks from where I am?
They're probably pretty obscured. Like you're looking through the flames, and you can probably make out like the crumpled forms that you remember. That's like where they fell.
Okay. Good enough. I'm going to cast this on them. If I can.
I don't know about that one.
No? Okay, well, I'll just do it on some rocks or something then. I mean, I really don't care. I was just going to do it on them for flavor, but...
Okay. All right. Interesting.
Tiny rock with 18 AC.
Yeah, they're fucking amazing. Plus
Makes me
8 to
think of-
hit.
Makes me think of like the big Atronachs from Elder Scrolls. Big stone ones.
So
Okay.
whatever I can wake up with that.
All right. So I think you'd probably have to go for some pretty sizable objects for them to be strong enough to do what you are looking for here. You know what? You could probably cast this on like the golden statues, but they are on this side of the flames, so there's that.
They're on this side of the flames?
They're on your side, having already bypassed it, because they were at the top of the guard tower.
Oh. Yeah, let's do that then. I forgot about those things.
Yeah, the thing is, you'd have to send them through the fire and then probably back if you're trying to, you know.
I was just gonna have something destroy the battlements up top. Or try.
Okay.
Can I,
I
do
mean,
something?
if those are big enough, I'll do that.
Yeah, what's Yoan thinking?
So, I want to use this cantrip. And I want to pick up dirt and put it in the fire and see if the fire, just start encompassing the ground and the sides with dirt to see if I can, block where the flames are coming from.
Gotcha. Well, let's resolve Ron's thing. So, all right. I mean, I guess we can say you can animate some large rocks.
Yeah, and just start battering the battlements with it.
Okay, and the goal is to collapse the top section.
Yeah. I would also like to have one little rock fly up and through the flame if it can. And I want to see what happens.
All right. So, yeah. I'm not gonna get too wrapped up in details here. So, what is that? Does that work out to 3 large rocks? Probably.
Yes.
Large count is 4 objects. So
you can have up to 10.
10.
So
two large rocks
and 2 tiny.
Okay. So 2 large rocks kind of, I guess, float up, we'll say, and begin to sort of pound away at the archway at the top, kind of where the portcullis has receded into. The 2 tiny rocks then lift up and just kind of obeying your command come hurtling through the flame toward you, stopping before they hit you or anything. But I mean, they make it through. They look like rocks that have been thrown through a sheet of fire.
I mean, are they really, really hot, or are they boiling, or are they bubbling, or anything?
They're not bubbling. I think they would probably be steaming at this point.
Oh. Alright, I'll just have them float on each side of me, and just hold on to them for a minute.
Okay. Let's see. So then, let's say that the rocks begin pounding away at the archway. Yoan starts doing Yoan stuff, basically trying to stop the flow of the flames or something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, so you start kind of packing in dirt in, I guess, kind of the perimeter of it, right? Trying to, yeah. The dirt occupies the space. It's not magically dissolved or anything to that effect. But even after you're able to fully encompass the flaming curtain here, it just continues hanging there in the air.
Can I try this? If I build up a section of dirt and I punch a hole in it, is there flame?
Yes.
Okay.
It
Can I
emanates
fill
from
it all with
everywhere.
dirt and then get rid of it and see if I've doused all the flames?
On Minecraft lava this?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you take a bit, mold earth all the way through the archway, and then you just want to like tip it all over at the same time or something?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you do it. You completely obscure any of the green light that's kind of showing through, and then you like fold the earth down in one kind of sweeping motion as much as you can with the cantrip, and yeah, there's still green flame there.
Gosh darn it.
I mean, at least you're not Vox Machina.
I yell over to Yoan. Hey, Yoan, can't you just dispel this?
Maybe.
Oh, you want to try? Nothing else seems to be working.
Well, can I try dispel magic on it?
Sure. You popping the spell, or?
Yeah. 1 second. I am going to run it at a 4th level instead of 3rd.
Okay. Gotcha. So, all right, I am going to need you to make an ability check using your spellcasting ability. So, wisdom check.
I couldn't
All right.
have inspired her, could I?
I would say you can.
All right. I will.
Having, maybe given her the idea to do it in the first place,
Yeah.
So, I'll allow it.
All right.
What's that?
D. Oh boy.
8. Or is it a 10 now?
Where is it? There it is. It is a D8.
15.
Okay. That's just enough. And so with this sudden idea, kind of revelation, hey, this could be magical. Maybe I should try dispelling it. You cast spell magic, and you watch as the flames peel back to just the barest hint of little flickering, almost like candle lights around the perimeter of the gate. But the majority is now clear, and there's plenty of space for not only people on foot, but a whole wagon drawn by a horse to make its way through.
Cool.
That worked.
So yeah. I'm still trying to find where the flames came from. These are
Okay. So yeah, I mean, you look as you're going through, and yeah, I mean, you don't see any like spouts or like spigots or anything that like some sort of fuel would be pumping out through. Just seem to be hanging there. So yeah, you continue on down the road for a few hundred feet before reaching the bridge over the Luna River. And as you reach the cliffside overlooking the river far, far below, you can look across, and this snowy pass that you've been following reaches this sudden and drastic gorge carved through the mountainside. At each end of this bridge, stone bridge that you can see is crumbling in a few places toward the middle. there are 30-foot tall, 30-foot wide stone arches. Atop each one are two statues of armored knights on horseback with lances, charging toward one another. The wind bites and howls like wolves as it passes through the gorge. And I think once you kind of reach the general area, like right before the first archway, you can see through the snow the outline of a black cloaked rider standing on, or sitting atop a charcoal colored horse, standing right in the middle of the bridge.
I'll nudge Yoan and say, "Hey, you want to have a horse fight with him?"
I'd rather ask him what he's doing there.
Oh.
Actually, better yet, you want to ask him.
Okay. I'll just yell out, "Hey, what are you doing?"
There's a strong gust of wind, and things are obscured on the bridge for just a split second. And as the wind dies down, the figure is gone.
He's doing nothing. That's exactly what he's doing.
Hmm. I am suspicious.
I'm not. I just sit back down, pull out my didgeridoo, and start playing.
I guess we head on.
What time of day is it?
Let's see. You guys left right from Kresk, yeah?
Then we went to Wizard of Wines.
Oh, that's right. So Kresk, Wizard of Wines. It's still probably not much past noon.
Okay.
But
So
yeah.
the tower seems like a safe spot to stay if it was getting later.
Good to bear in mind, just in case you end up coming back this way. But, okay. So did somebody say they were advancing or anything to that effect?
I'll walk across the bridge.
Okay. Yeah, so you kind of strike out across the bridge. And again, it's old, it's weathered. You can see in a few spots the stone railing that kind of buffers each side has crumbled and fallen away into the river in places. But overall, seems like a pretty safe journey. I mean, there are a few uncomfortably slippery spots, a few little icy patches here and there, but nothing so drastic that you really find yourself in any sort of harm's way. And you cross this 90-foot long bridge over to the other side, where you see one of the statues atop this arch has crumbled, leaving only about the back half of the horse intact. And you see the mountain pass continuing and winding around and out of sight ahead of you.
So we're all across the bridge.
Well, is everybody following Dane once they see him safely make it across?
Yeah, I'll follow
Okay.
him.
All right.
Yes.
And yeah, so you continue on for another few miles, 3 miles or so, through the snow and the howling wind. You come to a fork in the road. One leading to your left, one leading to the right. But I'm not going to ask you to choose, because I think you'd be able to tell, even in the harsh conditions, that the one off to the right seems to lead into something even more drastic than potential whiteout conditions. It's that familiar, lingering fog that seems to make up the borders of this place called Barovia.
Taking a right. Leaving this place.
The sweet, sweet embrace of death. But people knowing what they know about the mists at the edge of Barovia and how deadly they can be, I assume you don't walk into certain death, only possible death. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So taking a left, it's probably not much more than a quarter mile or so. Kind of digging deeper into this mountain range. Eventually, you round a corner that seems to lead to a dead end of sorts. However, as you reach the base of this large mountain that you see jutting up from the snow-covered landscape, I think, well, I'll just let you know what you see. So, upon approaching, the road fades away under a thick covering of snow that seems to have collected here more so than other places along the path. But before the road ends, it takes you far enough to see the facade of what looks like a temple carved into the sheer mountainside ahead. The front of the structure is 50 feet high and has 6 alcoves containing 20-foot tall statues. Each statue is carved from a single block of amber and depicts a faceless, hooded figure, its hands pressed together in a gesture of prayer. Between the two innermost statues is a 20-foot tall archway with a staircase leading down.
Can I Arcana check the area?
Just the area.
Yeah.
Like a divine sense.
Basically.
Yeah,
like.
I mean, with an Arcana check, it's really about using your mental capacity and kind of natural affinity for magic. So I can't really be too specific about anything, but
Yeah, I just want to know if there's magic in the air.
I mean,
I am
I
proficient.
I will say this. I will say it looks like the amber statues that line the front of this structure.
Mhm.
They don't seem to have weathered at all. The features of them are as crisp as you would imagine the day they were first crafted and placed there.
Gotcha. I'll say, those are probably magical statues. They look like they haven't aged.
Will they attack us if we walk by? You know?
I don't have any idea. I just know they're magical.
So, if following Ron, when we're there, can I yell at the statues and ask them if they would kindly let us pass?
Well, first of all, I'd like to know everybody's passive perception, just for fun.
11.
14.
60.
Okay. All right. Good to know. So yeah, you approach and yell at the statues. They don't seem to react in any way. They just stand there in their stoic praying positions, looking out over the snow-covered landscape.
I want to take my sun sword out and make it as bright as I can and see if that does anything to him. Just shining the light on him from the sun sword.
Are you casting light or sunlight?
It's sunlight from the sun sword.
Okay. Let me take a quick peek at that.
My spider senses are tingling.
Somewhere there's sun. What is this bullshit? Hmm.
So I make it a
Okay.
30 feet and.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, so you walk up and the sword exudes this blinding sunlight for 30 feet or so. And yeah, you let it rest upon the statues at the front of the temple. And again, they don't seem to react. You see the light kind of glinting and reflecting off of the statues themselves and kind of illuminating the interiors of them, which you can see are, best you can tell, flawless. Like you don't see any inclusions or any, like air pockets or anything. They're just these immaculate amber statues.
Does it look like a light show? With the light reflecting through all the amber?
I mean, it's certainly interesting. Like it's almost like they're being illuminated from the inside.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Is there a couple fist-sized rocks on the ground?
Probably.
Can I throw one? It was an open doorway or an arch or into the temple?
It is a 20-foot tall archway with a staircase leading down.
I want to throw a rock through it.
Okay. So, yeah, you pick up a rock and you throw it. And it's kind of hard to hear over the wind that's just whipping around, blowing snow everywhere. But yeah, I think you do hear the kind of dull thud echoing back at you as the stone tumbles down the stairs and eventually comes to rest somewhere inside.
Okay.
Maybe wait a tick or two, and you don't see or hear anything reacting to the stone.
Nothing kills my rock. Okay. Okay. I'll just stand there and wait and see what everybody else does.
I'll just walk on in. I watched him
Okay.
throw a rock. I'm just walking on in.
It worked.
Safe for rocks, safe for run.
Yep. Rock, Ron, they're close to the same. So.
Okay.
Got rocks in your head.
All right. So, Ron, you going first. You are the first one to see what lies beyond. So you begin walking down the steps. These kind of dangerous, icy, slippery steps.
Can I prestidigitation and clean them off?
Yeah, I'd say that's feasible.
Alright, you just see me like, and just hear like basically a hair dryer as I'm blowing the steps off as I'm walking across them.
Okay.
I want to follow right behind him with my sunblade melting stuff as well.
There you go.
All right. Yeah. So you're making like this little hair dryer sound and
Yeah.
everything.
Yep.
Okay.
Just
Yeah, so Ron, you kind of hear it echoing in the like 5-foot hallway that you're walking down.
Fine.
And yeah, the steps go down for about 10 feet. A visibly time-ravaged hallway with what look like arrow slits in the walls on either side. Um, about 10 feet down the hall from the bottom of the steps, you can see that there appears to be a large chamber into which the hall opens up.
You said
Pressing on.
there's arrow slits on the hall?
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk up to the very edge and I'm gonna say, do your rock test first before we do the round test.
I grab my rock and throw it down the hall.
Okay. You grab a rock and you throw it down the hall, and it kind of skips and skitters along the floor as it hits, kind of passing in front of the first set of arrow holes. And yeah, you don't see any reaction.
Alright, I'm going to start heading across.
Okay. Right. So you head across.
Yep.
And walk the 10 feet through the open archway and into a large chamber where you see quite possibly Dane's worst nightmare. You
What?
have emerged onto a balcony.
Oh!
Crap.
I'll just, I'll go over there and I'll say, Dane, you may want to stay back.
Sounds good to me. I'll just wait here.
It's a balcony, so. And I'll just kind of look around where, like, is there another place to go down from there? Like, is there a ladder or?
So, looking around, kind of taking in the entirety of this chamber that you find yourself in, there's quite a bit going on here. Not in terms of like movement and action, but just it's an expansive room. So, on this balcony that you find yourself on, looking to both your left and your right, there are sets of double doors. The ones on your left are closed. The ones on your right are just barely hanging open. Looking at the wall that you emerged into this room from, there is a single closed door sort of behind you and to the left. And in front of you, there are 2 stairways, one on either side of the room from your perspective, that lead down from this balcony into a large open area. Staring directly across the chamber, you see a tall statue, very similar to the ones that you had noticed outside, hooded, hands raised in this sort of praying position. But the one thing that's a little different is where you could at least make out some semblance of where a face would be in the ones outside, where there should be a face here, you just see a sphere of complete and utter darkness.
Huh. I'm gonna kind of back up and say, Dane, or can I message him?
Sure.
Alright, I will message him and say, Dane, there are way too many damn doors up here. I need you up here.
I guess I'll walk over to him very carefully.
Okay.
How far down are we?
When you say down, you
Like-
mean like from the stairway that you entered through?
Yeah, like from the entrance.
It's like 10 feet. 10 feet down, 20 feet in.
I'm gonna try to message Yoan. I don't know if it'll work, but I'm gonna try to message Yoan and say you might want to bring everybody down here. This is bigger than we thought. Oh shit! It's got 120 foot range. Never mind. I should be able to reach Yoan.
Okay. So, yeah, that's happening. And so you verbally told Dane, and you're messaging Yoan?
Well, I messaged. Well, I guess yeah. I verbally told Dane.
Okay.
I'm just messaging Yoan so I don't have to yell.
Gotcha.
And then suddenly Ron hears in his head, sorry about attacking you guys before. If you guys are willing, I'm willing to make it up.
I started looking around, and I think, Malkar, is that you?
You hear a response. Yes, it's me.
No. What the hell happened, man?
What do you mean?
What happened? One moment you're here and with us, the next moment you're a vampire and attacking us.
Things have become complicated.
I'll say. Well, I don't know that they'll want you back, but as long as you're not going to attack us again, I'd be okay with it.
Hey, time out real quick. Becca, are you awake? Okay, it just kind of sounded like you were snoring over there.
No, I'm paying attention. Sorry.
Okay.
But I'll say, go let the others know, and then meet me back here.
It may take more than just me to convince them. You may have to show them.
And to clarify, is Ron still standing out on the balcony, kind of looking around, like, "Guys, you coming?"
Well, I'm standing out there, just kind of staring off in space, talking to Melkar in my head.
All right. So yeah, as you are doing that, you see at the far end of the room, three little glowing orbs kind of appear out of where the face of the statue should be, and come hurtling towards you, spinning around each other as they do so. And they hit you, not dealing a ton of damage, but you take 3 points.
Well, is this a spell?
Maybe.
Could I have counterspelled it?
If you'd like to try, you can give it a shot.
Fuck it, I'll just take the 3 damage.
Okay.
Gosh darn it. I fell asleep for like 2 minutes.
Ah.
Yep.
I thought I was awake.
What? You thought you were awake, but you were asleep.
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna back up then and see. Ow! That hurt. Bastard. How far away is it from me?
The statue?
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Just roughly. That's fine.
Just over 100 feet.
All right, I'm gonna say, "Ow, you bastard!" And I'm going to attempt to Eldritch Blast it. Oh,
You get
I
a
guess.
second, too.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, the first one, I think you're kind of like off balance and flustered, and
Mm-hmm.
it's one of those things where, like you go to like throw a baseball or something, but you just release it too late, and so you kind of like you blast the railing at the edge of the balcony with the first one. The second one though, you just kind of straighten your hand out and palm out, just blast at the statue's face, and you hear a thump as the blast disappears inside whatever darkness is encompassing it.
All right, that's fine.
Okay.
Did I see this? Like the thing attack him?
Um, Probably. Like I think you would have seen the attack come in.
Okay. I just want to say I don't know what that is, and it's not me.
Can you take care of it? Or can you tell me, can you figure out what it is, and I'll go get the others?
I can attempt to. Just tell them not to attack me.
I make no promises, but I'll try. And then I will head out, and I'll say, "Come with me, Dane. That thing, something shot at me in there."
I'll follow Ron.
And I'll head back out and kind of
Did
go
I
over
hear
the-
Melkar talking or no?
No, this is
Or was all
all
message?
mental. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Where
Or telepathy.
am I?
You are still outside the front door of the temple. You've been asked to come in down the stairs to the balcony where Ron was, but then he got attacked and retreated back
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean,
into the hallway.
when Ron came to get Dane to help him when he got attacked, I would go too.
Okay.
Well, no, I'm coming out to talk to everybody.
Okay.
No, you're not just asking Dane to come.
No, I'm asking him to come
Okay.
back out. But yeah, everybody. I want to gather everybody around and say, "Well, I was in there no more than 5 minutes and got attacked by something. I don't know what, but it didn't really hurt that bad. But anyway, there's the thing at the far end of the hallway. Uh, it shoots at you. I don't know what it does. I don't really know anything about it. It just kind of stung. And then I think Malkar's soul is stuck in this place. I'm not entirely sure, but something tried to make a deal with me, and I think it might have been Malkar.
What do you mean his soul is stuck in this place?
I don't know. He sounded a lot different than he did the last time we talked to him. Like, he sounded more like himself. And he offered to help us as long as we don't kill him. He said that he was sorry about what happened. He didn't really go into detail about anything, but he wants to help us.
Help us do what?
Get through this temple.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's up to you guys. I just figured I'd tell you that either Malkar or Malkar's soul or something wants to help us. So, it at least knows enough to know who I am and know who we are. So,
Why do you believe that it's going to help us?
I don't. I don't know. I just think we should, we should use any advantage we have.
I think it'll try to lead us to our deaths.
That may be so, but it will literally have to lead us. I'm thinking we should make him stay in our sight.
I'm fine with trusting him for a while as long as we're cautious about it.
I mean, I have a feeling that the three of us could take him pretty easily. And then I look over at Rictavio and Esmeralda, and I say, and with Esmeralda and Rictavio, I don't think he even stands a chance.
I don't want to trust him at all.
We don't have to trust him. Just use him.
I don't even want to do that.
Well, it sounds like we're either going to have to use him or fight him. So,
Well,
We can pretend to use him for a little ways and then kill him. That way he's around us where we can see him.
maybe do that.
I look to Rictavio and Esmeralda. What's on their minds?
I think Rictavio is probably the first to speak up, and he says, I personally am hard-pressed to find a reason to trust him again. But
No. Pete.
That's a saber-toothed tiger.
yeah, the tiger is also not very trusting of Malkar right now.
I mean, last time he tried to kill us, so killing him would be, reasonable.
I still like pretending to trust him to get him close. Because unless he's close, I can't hit him.
I'm okay with that. I mean,
Yeah.
we could put... Hidane, why don't you... You could stand right next to Malkar at all times.
I'm not so sure he's going to go for that. If
Well,
I'm walking around with my sword.
Well, doesn't have a choice.
yeah. I mean...
Okay.
Well,
You can convince him to
maybe cut down on the light a little bit.
maybe a little bit.
'Cause...
I'll have it normal.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think he'd mind that. So.
Okay. You can convince him.
All right. And then I'll head back down and I'll say, you guys hang back for a minute. I'll go try to see if I can talk to him. I'll go stand in the exact position I was in when he talked to me before. But I'm going to kind of duck down so that whatever the fuck that statue was across this way doesn't hit me again.
Okay, so you're on the balcony, but ducking down, trying to have some cover at least.
Yeah, giving myself some cover.
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, walk in, duck, and message.
I'm just gonna. I'll think
yeah.
real hard. Hey Malkar, are you there? Because message, I have to know where he is.
This is true.
I don't know if I'd be able to get that.
No, I mean you wouldn't. Not just thinking it out.
Oh, if I don't
But
get a response, I'll.
I will say, Malkar, you did see him come back in.
Alright. I guess I'll send him a message asking him what the verdict was.
Oh, well, they said as long as you stay next to Dane, they will allow it. And he's not going to use his bright sunlight.
Oh, I know what he wants to do.
What do you mean?
I heard the whole thing.
I won't let them kill you, though. Not like that. Not if you haven't done anything openly hostile to us.
Uh, I'll show myself soon.
Okay, a fair point.
At about this point, there is a gathering of light at the far end of the room, and 3 more glowing bluish balls come swirling toward Ron, hitting you for another 3 points of damage.
Just they can't like even if with cover, they're hitting me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll say, damn it! What is that thing? Have you figured that out?
I'm not sure yet.
Well, figure it out. Let me know, and I'll be waiting just down the stairs from this thing, or down the hall. I'm gonna get the fuck out of its range. So I will go back to the group, and I'll say, well, he heard everything. He's not really for the whole killing him. So, and truth be told, I'm really not for killing him either. Let's just mutually agree to disagree on that, and we can just work together through this and then go our separate ways after this.
If he wants to stay some distance from me, I don't blame him.
I mean, I'll put it this way. I'd rather have him on our side than have to worry about him being against us.
If he wants to be at the front of the group, I'll take up the rear. They'll put a little bit of distance between us. If he's so scared of me.
It's not that, it's he just doesn't want you to kill him.
I won't kill him unless he tries to kill me. Or my friends.
I'll look
I think at this point, you see a quick flash of light and a familiar. You hear a familiar kind of whoosh sound, as it sounds like whatever's inside Chuck and Spells has been set off once again.
Oh, okay.
And then you hear a thump, and another thump.
By the way, that's probably whatever I was talking to, trying to figure out. If it is Malkar, he sounds like he just got hit by the same shit that was hitting me. So he's already trying to help. So shall we go in and try to take care of this stupid ass turret?
All right. I need to do a quick bit of whispering with Melkar because he can see things.
I'll be right back then.
Malkar sees all. So Dane, just for everybody at home, what does your sword actually do?
Let me check.
And for my sake, because I don't remember.
I can emit 15 bright light in a 15-foot radius, and dim light for another 50 feet. Then I can expand those each to 30 feet.
Wow. Just automatically?
If I use an action, I can expand them.
Okay. Is it like a spell of like light cast or something? And then how many times?
It doesn't say. Nothing specific.
Is that with the sword?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So I would I guess if it doesn't give you like a how many times you can just do it.
Yep.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then you deal some sort of radiant damage or something to...
Yep, I deal
undead.
radiant damage to undead.
There you go. Cool. Have you had any conversations with it?
No, it hasn't talked to me.
Oh, well... Maybe you have to talk to it. You got to take the initiative.
Nah.
No?
I tuned with it. It didn't say anything.
No. Well, that's...
Okay, so you guys hear a continuing series of these whooshing sounds, accompanied by these bright flashes of light and loud thumping noises. As seems like there's a bit of a magical battle going on inside.
Huh.
Hmm.
I guess I'll walk in and see if I can see what I can see. Or has the noise died down yet?
I think right around the time you walk in, the noise seems to have died down. And I'd like Melkar to go ahead and make another stealth check. Okay. So, yeah. Ron walks in. The room is silent.
Are there still those, like, glowing 3 balls over there?
I mean, it seems like they kept coming out of that blackness at the head of the statue.
Okay. I got you.
But yeah, I mean, you stand there for a few seconds and it doesn't seem to be shooting at you.
Is there still a blackness?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pump it full, a couple Eldritch Blasts over there.
Okay.
So, 1, 2.
Thump thump.
And then I'll just wait and watch.
Yeah. No, you're seemingly sitting here in silence.
Alright. I'll look back to the group and I'll message Dane and say it's all clear. You guys can come.
I'll tell the group, and then I'll walk up to the doorway right before the balcony. My sword as bright as it can be.
You just hear, ah! And I run away.
But yeah, what's Yoan doing?
I will come up behind Dane.
Okay. Then I think as Yoan and Dane walk in, they hear the scraping of stone on stone as one of the double doors to the left eases open just a little bit.
I want to look in that direction. What do I see?
You see one side of the balcony, at the end of which is this pair of double doors, one of them now slightly ajar. Along the wall between you and the double doors, there is another single door to your left as you look, so basically like a 180 from the direction you entered in. And then, of course, you do find yourself on the same balcony, overlooking a large chamber with a blank-headed statue, and sets of stairs on either end of the balcony. So there's a 10-foot wide set of steps that actually leads down into the main chamber, just off of this set of double doors that you're staring at.
Okay. I was not prepared for that much information. I was just asking what I saw with the creaking.
Well, hold on 1 second.
So
I will save us some description.
I probably forgot most of that description.
That's
She
because
was.
you're a terrible person.
Yep.
You gave me way too much information before I could catalog it.
You hear a
Because,
noise, and you look over and see a Michelangelo painting.
as
In
soon
detail.
as, you continued, I'm like, I had to fix all my preconceptions.
Gotcha. Okay. So it was coming from the statue's head for me then.
Mm-hmm.
I'm blind.
It's because you're not on the map yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you stay off the map. Alright.
So, for anyone who's looking at the map, there is where the door is moved.
Can you ping?
That's to the left.
Okay.
Alright. I'll look back to Muriel. And I'll say, hey Muriel, can you see in here?
Can she see in here?
How bright is it?
At least the first 60 feet is at least bright or dim.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, everyone can
Oh,
see
Okay.
at least, out to that set of doors and, all of that
Oh.
business.
Okay, I thought it was dark. I forgot. Okay, never mind. I'll retract that line of that line of questioning.
I mean, it'll still probably be something Ron would say.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck it. I'll just say, hey Muriel, can you see in the dark?
And she says, not particularly well.
No. Okay, I was just wondering. I can't
And-
either.
As a note, most of this area seems to be somewhat lit up. In most cases, it's kind of hard to tell where the source of the light is.
Oh, this is all just lit up anyway?
Pretty much.
Oh. Okay. I guess I will... I'm gonna just keep staring at the statue then. Make sure it's not firing nothing stupid at me.
Okay.
And
So then I think what happens next is you hear this loud scraping of stone on stone as the two double doors that Johan had been staring at swing open. And with a mighty battle cry, several mighty battle cries, these like hulking humanoid figures come barreling out of the room, heavy weapons drawn, bearing down on you. And so, it's that time.
roll initiative.
Roll initiative.
Oh, buddy. Oh, boy. Can I have a free action
Oh,
just
boy.
to say, Malkar, now would be the time to help. You would not roll it right.
I can't.
I know. I'm just giving you shit for it.
Just not rolling it right.
Oh, Dane.
Dane's slow.
Dane was sleeping.
It's just so relaxing.
Yep.
Now I gotta roll for all the NPCs. Please hold.
Okay.
You're gonna have another one too.
Yep, you're an NPC now.
No, I think
Ow.
he's doing what I think he's doing. He's gonna do his seeing eye beholder.
I'm high on the initiative.
Not really.
Besides that one NPC and me, everyone else rolled really
Yeah.
low.
Yeah.
Like, for a 10, I'm above currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, I'm more than halfway up the thing.
Yeah.
That's pretty high.
I've got an initiative of 5, and I still rolled I rolled like a 5. No, I rolled a 6.
Yeah, I have a 3 and I only got a 4, so.
Nice.
Yeah.
Where's these double doors? Or right there?
Yeah. Oh shit, I see Melkar.
Uh,
I'll pretend I don't.
I see all the things. I literally can see way over here.
How close are you to me?
well, here's the thing. He's standing on the ceiling.
Oh. Still might hurt him. Depends how high the ceiling is.
Yeah, no, I think it's just out of range, actually.
Okay.
So Melkar is just like cowering away from the sunlight, just barely out of range.
Oh, I could just use
Okay.
So let me move the dynamic lighting thing for the doors and let the baddies come streaming in.
What exactly do I see for baddies?
All right.
Oh,
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. But since some of them opened the door, I think you see.
Oh,
Something like that. So, Melkar, from the ceiling, what are you doing?
I want to move. Like, oh come on! I want to. My thing's lagging. Like having trouble controlling my character.
Yeah, it's
Was
a
that
big
like-
map.
Is that like right where this starts?
I think so.
Okay. As close as I can get without being in the sunlight. That's like what, 20 feet over, 30 feet up. All right.
Yeah, it's dim light out to 60 feet from me.
But it shouldn't hurt you in dim light.
Does
Well,
dim
it's-
sunlight
it's-
hurt me?
Yeah, it's still sunlight.
Oh, it is? Oh, shit.
Mm. But I mean, like
Oh.
Melkar could see it, so you know.
Wait, you said dim light out to 60?
Yep.
Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to run away then. I can't help.
How high is the ceiling?
That is a
30.
good, relevant fact.
Guess I'll go over that way then.
I mean, if it's 30 and you were 30
Yeah, you'd have to be right there.
away, you're, I don't know. Well, that's not how
It's going on a
angles
diagonal.
work.
Let me see if it actually has a specific figure here.
We'll just say Melkar's not a vampire anymore. It's fine.
Okay.
No, it says a maximum of 30 feet each. So it'd be 60 feet total.
Anyway, the vaulted ceiling is 30 feet above the balcony.
Alright. Am I out of range of that 60 feet? Probably not.
Not so much.
Guess this turn I'm just running over, like, here with a dash.
Okay.
And then, that's just the end of my turn.
All right.
Or,
So, cool. Other stuff's gonna happen now. Time to roll some more initiative.
oh boy. I forgot about the statue thing.
If it makes you feel better, it's not that.
Oh. No, it doesn't make me feel better.
And more initiative.
Oh, fuck.
Okay. So, the berserkers come running out of the room, bearing down on the main body of the group here. Let's see.
And they give
So-
Dane a hug.
You'll have to be 50 feet away from Dane on the board to reach 60. Oh wait, no. You'd have to be 55. I lied. I didn't do the math yet.
Oh, I see a thing.
Yeah.
Is that the only one?
Oh,
Maybe.
Please let there not be any more currently.
All right. So the berserkers just come running out and do berserker things, but since the ones that reached you had to dash to do so, they're not going to attack. Let's see. Other stuff happens. But what other stuff, I ask myself.
Nothing.
um. Oh my.
Leave
Okay.
Malkar alone.
Okay, Puristakai.
What?
He's the guy who's. Oh my.
So I would like.
To rage.
I mean, the berserkers might like to, but Hmm. Wow, that's a long spell description.
That is very. You shouldn't read it or cast it.
Yeah.
Tactical
I
note
w-
incoming.
I would like Malkar to make a charisma save.
Oh, I'm good at those.
Ugh.
Uh,
Ooh.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. So I think what you feel is your physical form begin to loosen up a bit, almost as though you were. Oh, would you be familiar with this? It feels as though maybe you were about to be magically transported somewhere. But you managed to hold it together.
I'm, ugh, I'm
um,
scared of where that would have went.
Yeah.
Back to the abyss I go.
There you go. Okay, so that's a thing that happens. But nothing comes of it. The dire wolf in the room where the berserkers came from is going to come running out.
As it comes out, can I say, hey, I saw one of those on the wall earlier?
And it. Let's see. I think
Is there a
it's
saber
going
tooth?
to hang. It's in the wagon outside.
Oh, we left it in there for a couple days now. Okay.
Um,
Are the berserkers like humanoid? Are they like
Yeah.
alive?
uh, yes, they are alive. They are what look like kind of rough barbarian types
Okay.
that live up in the mountains. They're clad in furs, and you can see some of them may have lost a digit or two to frostbite up in the extreme cold here. But yeah,
Well,
they seem like indigenous folk.
they're
Okay.
gonna lose more than that. I mean,
So Direwolf is waiting for an opportunity to pounce. Ron, what you doing?
what? Well, I'm going to check the range on this. Alright, and I'm gonna measure. And.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, nope, nope.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
That ought to do it. Can I catch
Fireball.
the direwolf?
What is the range?
It is a 20-foot radius. So.
Okay. Yeah, you could do that.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and drop the you know what on the you know where. And it's gonna be, yeah, it'll be like right here. So, I'm gonna drop Fireball onto asses.
Okay. So we got some saves coming in. Those are decks, right? Yeah, decks.
That
There we go.
is, yes.
Ugh.
Yeah, the damage wasn't the greatest, but
Suboptimal.
oh well.
Still hits a bunch of them, so it makes up for it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing 23 damage to everybody. At least everybody I can see.
A minimum of 66, unless there's like resistances or something.
Okay.
And in casting it, I'm just gonna say, "Goodness gracious, great balls of fire!" and just send it out.
Alright. So then.
30 million deck saves later.
Right.
6. Unless I hit something, like, over here. Oh, I can't ping. Oh, I got ruler. Something over here, too. In which case, oops. But it does actually go that far. 'Cause I think
Aggro the entire Amber Temple all at once.
yeah. I think I did it, like, right here. So, it would actually
Great
go...
success.
It would go out to here. I'm fucking nuking this room, too.
Blows up all the treasure.
Pretty much. So yeah, this fireball just detonates, like blowing people's hair back, and you smell this very strong odor of singed fur and flesh as the smoke clears. And all the enemies are still standing, but certainly some of the berserker folk are looking like they took a pretty decent hit. The others, it was kind of a glancing blow.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else?
Is anybody... Nobody's injured, right? Everybody's good. Yeah.
I'm still injured from the last fight.
I can't see your health bar.
It's like right under your picture.
On our way
Covered
here,
up by your
did
name.
I
I'm just gonna
hit
move.
die?
Okay, I see.
Was it half an hour? Or an hour? As a short rest.
Yeah, would we have had enough time to take a short rest?
Let's see.
Short rest.
I
that would
mean,
work.
I'd allow it.
Okay.
Okay, well that makes things better. Was that before or after the Muriel thing? Or no, not Muriel. The Yoan thing with Yoan. Dispel magicking the thing.
That would have been after the dispel magic.
Cool. Okay, so I have all my inspiration back. In that case, I'm going to look at, with a bonus action, look at this guy and say, ha, you think you're big and bad? Wait till my buddy Dane here hits you. And I'll kind of slap Dane on the, like on the shoulder and inspire him.
Okay. Cool.
So, that'll end my turn.
Yoan.
I am going to cast. How wide is this? These three are things, barbarians.
Mm-hmm.
Dang it, I want to stand on the front line and I'm in the back.
Well, I mean, there's one more spot.
Yeah, but I want to be right where Rictavio is. Damn it.
What is that icon on the bottom right there?
Well, it's Muriel.
Oh, I'm gonna go bathroom while I'm waiting for my turn.
Sorry.
That's fine. There's a lot of turns.
This is concentration. Damn it. I'm going to tell, dang it. I want to tell, Esmeralda to, let me in her spot. Or, no, I want to tell Rictavio or Esmeralda to let me in their spot. And then I want to cast, frostbite
Oh boy.
on this one.
Is that the bottom one you pinged?
Yeah.
Okay. Do the thing. That's a 7 on the con save. So, okay, and disadvantage on the next weapon attack roll. Good to know.
And can I hold my movement till one of them moves out of my way?
No.
Oh. That's it.
Okay. So then Muriel is. I don't think she's gonna fly right into everything because that's an easy way to get fucking slaughtered. However,
She's old, so it's not like it's.
well, I'm gonna make a check for her to discern a very important fact about this.
Whether they have weapons or not.
I mean, you're not entirely wrong. You're actually only missing one word from your question.
Ranged weapons.
Mm,
Whether they have melee weapons. Cause
you'll get it one day.
Yep. Magical weapons.
All right. So yeah, I think she flies straight up, and I'll mark her as back just so people can fill in the space if they want to. And she is waiting for a tactically advantageous time to engage. But okay. So I think next you see a larger humanoid figure, still medium in game terms, but a more imposing figure come kind of squeezing past the direwolf out the double doors. So right about there.
That's the dire wolf.
Yeah, the direwolf like got its toe stepped on or something. And this figure is going to throw a spear.
At day.
At the guy on the ceiling.
That's a long throw. I think he's gonna move up. About there, and throw a spear at Rictavio.
Alright.
Be a shame if I turned into an asshole right about now.
So was that truly with advantage or?
No,
Okay.
but I do take the first one, so it's a 25 to hit.
Hang on, I'm trying to see what my fucking cutting words gives me.
D8.
Is it a D8?
I think it's your inspiration, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, no, I can't even. Nope, not even worth it. I can't. Couldn't negate it.
The direwolf is very concerned.
Yep.
And and I think you see it. You see the figure reach to its back, pulling a second spear, and throw that also at Rictavio. That's a 13 to hit, which still hits.
I'm gonna say stop in the name of love, and I will cutting words that one.
Don't even roll.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? Do roll. Yeah, it could be relevant.
Not relevant.
Okay, cool.
So
All right. So yeah, one spear lodges in Rictavio as the other one kind of sails over the crowd as the very muscular figure here is distracted by the sudden outburst of song.
good.
Cool. So I think Rictavio is going to keep his spot, and he's going to attack the one that's straight across from him with his sword cane. And one of those is going to hit for a whopping 2 piercing damage. And I think that's about all he's got there. So then Esmeralda
Goes invisible.
does... I mean, yeah. Like, it's the perfect time.
Yep.
So that's the thing. And then she can, in theory, move out of the way,
Yep.
not provoke any opportunity attacks. And I think that's it for Esmeralda. Dane, what are you doing?
I'm gonna hit the guy in front of me.
Do it.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
Yeah. Okay.
How's he look?
What?
How's he look?
Let's see. After those 2 slashes with the sun sword, it would probably take you like 4 more hits given your current rate, if you had to guess.
Okay.
And you're hitting
That's
and
it.
cauterizing the wound as you slice.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty.
Ooh. More burnt flesh smell.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
All right. So, yeah, stuff's gonna happen now.
What is that?
It's a thing.
It is.
Don't you worry your pretty little head about it.
Alright, I'm not gonna worry about it.
I gotta worry about it. You best be leaving me alone.
Interesting. All right. So, Melkar, you watch as green flames become visible on the other sides of the arrow holes on the same side of the chamber that the berserkers barged in from. Say there, there,
Oh boy.
and there. So we'll put that one in the bottom.
No.
Did I see it start glowing in there too? Because I can't.
I mean,
actually
you're
see
Ron,
one.
though.
I can literally see one. Just the.
Oh, if you can literally see one, then yes. I mean, they're not trying to be sneaky.
Okay, and they're glowing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, my eyes are drawn to glowing things. So yeah, I see at least something going on over there.
Okay. So I think we're gonna go left to right across the board here. And first up, I'm gonna need Malkar to make a save of the dexterity variety.
Ooh. Actually, that could be good.
Nope.
Nope.
All right. So in a scene very reminiscent of the detonation you just saw on the balcony,
Oh, Christ.
there is there is a fiery explosion centered on Malkar up on the ceiling.
Oh boy. So, do we see
yeah.
where Malkar is now?
Well, hold on.
Okay.
I'm dealing with shit.
You saw where he was.
Well, yeah.
Would roll higher than a 23 or 23 or higher.
Well, no, I'm saying because you just got blown the fuck up.
All right. So Melkar, you take 30 points of fire damage.
Oh.
As just blows up on the ceiling there. How about you go ahead and make another dex save?
I don't want to do that.
Okay. Okay. So the spell fizzles out. And then you see the third one begin to do the same thing.
Oh, Christ,
It's shattering, muttering something, and if you're letting this spell happen, which I think you have to because that's a reaction,
Yeah.
dex save.
Oh, clenching my ass cheeks real tight right about now. Oh no.
Oh, Christ.
Oh boy.
Yo.
Okay.
Before you tell me the damage, if I go down, do I fall, or since I have spider climbing, do I just stick to the ceiling?
I'm pretty sure you fall.
Oh, damn it.
You take 33 points of fire damage.
Well, I fall.
Okay.
And fail 2 death saves.
How far does he fall?
That's at least 40 or 50 feet.
Yeah,
That's gonna hurt.
you're looking at probably about 50 feet, I would say. It's not 2 failed death saves though.
Oh.
Because it's not a melee attack. But you do fail 1 as you fall 50 feet head first, just with a crunch hit the ground, steaming and smoking and unconscious. So yeah, that's a thing. And guess what time it is, Malkar?
I regenerate 10 hit points. Do I? Or does that not work when I'm unconscious?
Let's take a look, shall we?
That's fucking amazing. You just get knocked out. 6 seconds later, get right back up.
I'm under-leveled for this.
Yeah, you are under-leveled to be running out in the middle of the Ember Temple and being the sole target of 3 things that can cast Fireball. I agree.
Yep.
It's not on your sheet, is it?
Let me look it up.
I'm looking at the original inspiration for that. If it has at least 1 hit point.
Oh, well.
Wah,
That's
wah.
save it is. And I died.
Oh no!
Oh my god.
Wow. Okay. So that happened. I mean, let it never be said that he did not go out in a blaze of glory.
Jesus.
I didn't even get to hit him.
I picture
I
Dane
know.
turning around and saying that as he watches the charred, soon-to-be corpse of Malkar just flop down to the ground. All right. So that's a thing that happened today, and even though it kind of sucks for Brown, I think that's one of those stories that we'll never forget about.
You just waited a few weeks for it to happen.
Damn. Killing
The
Malkar
dice
was
are
easier.
cruel.
Yeah, killing Malkar was easier than I thought.
Alrighty then. Paying no mind to that, the Berserkers berserk. Right. So they are going to do what berserkers do and be reckless. So, I think going bottom to top here, bottom one swings at Rictavio, which is a 20 to hit, deals 6 points of slashing damage. Next one, 20 to hit, 6 slashing damage on Rictavio. Next one, 19 to hit on Dane, which does hit. 5 points of slashing damage from that. Brings the great axe down on you.
Ow.
And let's see, then this one's going to come around. As it comes running around, you hear the familiar whipping sound of a rapier. As I have too many damn windows open to even use my UI anymore. Was that Brown? Did I DC? No?
No.
Okay.
It was
All right.
him.
Okay. So the rapier whiffs and does not hit. Oh wait, actually, advantage because invisibility does hit, and you see a bloody hole appear on the berserker. But it keeps running in, or he keeps running in, I should say. And is going to join his buddies in slashing at Dane. So that is reckless attack. .24 to hit.
Yeah.
6 points of slashing damage. And the berserker comes running in and kind of awkwardly bumps into nothing. And confusedly looking and kind of feeling his way around, tries to walk around the nothing.
Getting hit?
No, because reaction.
Gotcha.
And that's another attack on Dane, reckless. 18 to hit.
Yeah.
8 points of damage. Okay. So then, other things happen. Uh, okay. This is interesting.
That one in my reach at Rotavio, right? The one
Yes.
spurred up with him, so I can hit him for that.
Yeah, you
I'll hit him
can.
for that.
And I mean, because plus 10, of course you fucking hit. And yeah. Yeah, you carve into that one, and you see this berserker crumple down to the ground, very clearly dead. And I'll take him off the map to clear some clutter out of the way. Fuck, that was the one that was apparently tied to their initiative. That's fantastic. Okay. Well, we
Dead
know
of
it's
15.
between... Okay. Okay. Right. Doing stuff. We are effectively running a double encounter right now, just so everybody knows. That's why this is taking so long. Okay. So I would like Ron
Mm-hmm.
to make a dex save.
A deck save.
Mm-hmm.
I'm feeling lucky.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha. So, in that case, Ron is going to take some damage, but not all of it. All right, Ron takes 21 points of damage, lightning damage to be specific, as a burst of electricity comes streaking across the room from the head of the statue. And I also need Yoan and Dane to make dex saves, as I will be making one for Rictavio.
You have inspiration, Dane.
That means I'm able to re-roll it, right?
No.
No,
Or
you
what is
can
that?
add a d8, is it?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see what else I got.
Yeah, it's a D8. As a fighter, I think you can.
Yep. Yeah, I have Indomitable.
Yeah.
I was just checking that. So I'm going to do that first.
Okay.
Never mind.
All right.
I don't think I can use that inspiration now. It's not going to be very useful.
All right. Well, just know you have it.
Okay, so Yoan, you take 21 points of lightning damage,
Ooh.
as does Rictavio. And Dane, you take 42 points of lightning damage. Oof. Okay.
Okay.
Luckily, the direwolf still doesn't have an opening, so it's not going to be doing anything at this point. Ron, what are you doing?
All right. Who's looking more worse for wear? Dane or Octavio?
Um, really Dane by a little bit.
All right. I'm going to reach out, grab Dane, and I would like to Dimension Doras out here.
Hold on, I was zoomed in.
Oh. Just outside up the stairs.
Okay,
So,
gotcha.
So I would like to be here and then have Dane standing in the doorway there.
Gotcha.
Good thing, because I wouldn't have been able to leave that place and live. I wouldn't have been able to run. Make it very far.
So, yes.
And you guys can orient yourselves. I just group selected you and moved you.
Yeah, so Dane, I'm going to have you here. One step over. There you go. And then, I'm actually going to be here. Sorry. With my bonus action, I'm going to look over at, okay, Rictavio's a little worse for wear than Yoan, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to look over at Rictavio, and at second level, I'm going to cast a healing word.
Okay.
And I'm just going to say, wow, Rictavio, you're doing good, but it's time to run. Here's a heal.
Okay.
So, and that'll be at second level, like I said.
Gotcha.
And then that will end my... and then can I turn around? Is the wagon close enough to where... Like, can I see the wagon?
Yeah, I would say you could probably see it. I just didn't have it in here because I thought we were going to be like full on dungeon delving.
I'll yell for the tiger to come. I'll yell, Tiger, come help!
Okay, I mean, you say you got to get to the wagon, but it's close enough. So you run over and like probably next turn you'll be able to get it out and it'll be.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay,
and
he's
stuff,
sealed
you
up.
know?
I thought we left him open.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah. So I'll run over there then.
All right. Cool. Easy enough. So then, Yoan, what are you doing?
I'm just thinking. I'm gonna go and stand here and cast this. Let me read the instruction one more time. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna cast this.
Okay.
And I guess these two. And I can.
Gotcha. So you're kind of pushing the front line back if you succeed.
Yeah.
Okay. Con saves incoming. Top one rolls 17. Bottom one rolls a 5.
Okay.
The one gets pushed back.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, the bottom one.
Yep.
And gets 6 damage.
The other one
Yep.
gets 3.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, there's just this blast of energy from Yoan as you manage to knock one back.
Well, that helps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay.
And that's it, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. So then we get to Muriel. I think she's gonna try and swoop down and grab Rictavio and fly out behind you guys, at least as best she can. So I'm gonna make a check to see if she can swing that.
Come on, Muriel.
All right, so she swoops down and like grabs Rictavio, like with her talons around the shoulders and flaps and flaps and flaps, but looks like she's getting kind of tired, and so she's having a hard time. I think she is. Well, having seen that Rictavio is probably going to be moving somewhat soon, she's going to get out and assume that he can handle himself. So she swooped over to him, and that's why you no move.
No move allowed.
Something like that. And that's it for her. Big dude going to come up and wrenching his spear from Rictavio to use it. He will jab at Rictavio one-handed. Hitting him twice.
Can I see? I can barely see him, but I can see him.
Okay.
So I would like to cutting words.
All right, so I will tell you the two successful attack rolls. The first one is a 27 to hit.
Okay, that's probably not going to be one I'm going to cutting words.
The second one is a 13.
I will cutting words to 13.
Okay.
So. And I'll just say, don't kill Rictavio yet. We need him for stuff.
Okay. And yeah, again, the same one that you distracted last time. You just irritate the shit out of him to the point that he misses an attack.
Alright. Good.
Cool. Alright. So then that will bring us to Rictavio, who is going to take his action to dis the fuck engage.
And GTFO.
Yeah. At least as much as he can, which is only to about there.
Yep. And then Esmeralda's gonna sneak up on him and stab the shit out of him again.
Just murder everyone.
Basically, we're just running distraction, and she just murders them all.
Okay, let's see what Esmeralda's got going on, because it is her turn. Okay. So there is a hissing, crackling sound as another bolt of electricity blasts out into the room. This time from the side of the room that you guys were on. And you hear what sounds like 3 or 4 big burly men cry out in pain.
Okay.
And you hear 2 thumps as 2 of them seem to hit the ground. And the other one, under his breath, is just like, fuck!
What was that?
And then coming right up behind Rictavio, I think you hear the whispered voice of Esmeralda saying, "Run, run, 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 go!" And yeah. So just time out for a second. The plan here is fight or flight.
A little bit of both.
Yeah. Kiting.
Get up to the top and try to like hold them there.
Okay.
That's my thought.
Funnel them.
Yeah.
All right.
They were getting too close to me for comfort.
That's perfectly fair. Okay, so Dane, what are you doing?
Cat wants to help.
I'm sad that I didn't get to kill anything, and I'm just gonna sit there and wait for them to come up the stairs, I guess.
You do have a heal if you would like.
That is a thing. You do have second wind.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, I'll probably use that.
Okay.
Okay. I don't remember what it is, but
Yep, to D10. So 18.
there you go.
Sweet.
Good little bump.
Yep.
Okay. Brings us to the Berserkers, who come running up after the group. Gonna roll to see who this one attacks. Alright, so first one up swings at Muriel. And even though the axe seems to connect, it just can't pierce through her feathery hide for whatever reason.
Big old fat ass.
Picture it how you like.
Yep.
And then another one comes around and bumps into something right about there. And I guess he's going to take a blind swing at whatever he ran into. And he will do so recklessly. Okay, and wow, he actually hits Esmeralda. She's invisible. So yeah, you see like a little splash of blood against the wall here. But it doesn't seem like Esmeralda's in all that much pain. She doesn't like cry out in desperate pain or anything.
She doesn't lose concentration either.
No, she doesn't, because it really wasn't that much damage, and she was easily able to make the save.
Cool.
I guess the other one's gonna do the same thing, because it's like, what are you swinging at? I don't know. Nope, that's not gonna hit. So whiff. And now they are getting quite bottlenecked in this little stretch of hallway. And it's going to be interesting. Okay. So another massive fiery explosion detonates on the balcony proper, um, behind the berserkers, and visibly blasting the other tall figure that had followed them out. I think, yeah, all but the tall figure that had followed them are just burnt up, barring the one that's like in the ranks of the group already here.
Wait, all the rest of them just got fucking fried?
Those three did.
Damn!
And yeah, I think you hear from out of sight a dire wolf whimpering, and the whimpering is getting farther away as it seems to have been repelled by whatever the hell that was.
Yep.
And Ron, what are you doing?
I'm going to take a step this way. I'm gonna just kind of glance over at Dane and say, well, check this out. And I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers at this guy.
Okay.
Wisdom save.
Yep.
6.
No. So he takes 3d6 damage.
Okay. Um, so yeah, like clutching at his head, he kind of begins like rocking back and forth and turns around to bolt. And as he does so, he trips over the charred remains of his friends and like cracks his head open on the floor.
And I look over at Dane and say, hey, was that cool or what?
I guess.
You're no fun. I'll say, hey, Rictavio, keep it up. And I'm going to inspire Rictavio instead.
All right.
Sorry, Dane.
Okay. And I assume that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yoan.
Okay. So, I want to cast. Not that.
Definitely not that. I just realized I damn near rolled max damage for that.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah. That's a lot of damage for a first level spell, too.
Dang it, I thought I had something. But I cannot find it. Oh, it's this one.
Which one? Yoan's just standing there. Hold on, guys. Hang on a minute.
Fumbling through his components pouch.
Yeah. Looks like Ron when he's trying to find notes.
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Oh. Yoan pulls out a slinky, drops it. What the fuck? Just heals herself, or heals himself.
Okay.
322 health. Okay, gosh.
You still hear the whining and whimpering of the direwolf in the background. Okay. Yeah, Muriel is. I think she's kind of maintaining the front line against the incoming enemy, as she's realized now that these guys probably can't hurt her. Yeah, that's a thing.
That's fucking awesome.
Big burly dude comes running in.
Runs into Esmeralda.
Runs into Esmeralda. The fuck is this?
He says it like Sylvester Stallone. Hey, the
Hey,
fuck is
the fuck is
this?
this?
Yes.
And yeah, he just like repeatedly stabs at that area, not with advantage because he is not a berserker.
So with the advantage of the dis.
Yeah. So my goodness. Okay.
What?
So you hear 3 impacts as somehow he manages to spear Esmeralda 3 times. I will give you these attack rolls if you'd like to try and do something about it.
If I can, yeah.
Do you have a reaction for this round?
I do, because I just
Okay.
took a turn.
All right, so there's a 17, a 19, and another 19.
Let's take away the 17.
Okay.
So.
Don't even roll.
Okay.
Cool. So 2 hits. And yeah, Esmeralda's hurting now.
Okay. Well, at least I did what I could.
Okay. That's it for that guy, though. Rictavi is
Pissed.
Yeah, he's just going to reach out and take a second to like figure out where Esmeralda is exactly, and cast Cure Wounds on her.
How is he looking, by the way? Rictavi.
Not great.
Okay. Good to know.
Go Cure Wounds. Decent. Cool. So, if Esmeralda was looking at all like a person and not an invisible nothing, she'd be looking better.
Okay. She's visually not looking better.
Exactly. And Esmeralda is going to make some attacks, get her revenge.
Could I have made a movement at the end of my turn?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go there.
Cool. So poke with the rapier. 2 hits. Swing with the short sword also hits. So you hear, and then you hear the grinding sound as the short sword comes out and just slits the attacker's neck, and he just keels over.
He just explodes in a pile of blood, basically. Just see a bunch of cuts appear, just he's dead.
Kinda, yeah. And now, it seems, you are once again out of combat.
What about the things that were attacking Melkar?
They don't seem to be coming after you.
Alright, I am going to walk here and kind of see if I can push past between those two to get down here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to reach out and touch myself, and I'm going to cast
Oh my.
invisibility at level 2.
Okay.
So I'm going to go invisible, and barring nothing happens, I would like to walk out and try to retrieve Malkar.
Okay. Let me see if anything happens. All right. So, yeah, you head out and all right. So what's the plan of attack here? Just go like right down one of the sets of stairs, probably the one closest to
Yeah.
where Malkar fell,
So,
kind of
so
thing.
what I'm going to do, my plan is to go down this way. Like, kind of
Gotcha.
where I am here, and then sneak over. And just, if I have to drag Malkar, that's fine.
Okay.
I'm just trying to
So
get him out.
as you are invisibly making your approach, you hear a faint whistling sound next to you, and I need you to make a dex save.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay. So let me do a thing. All right. So you do make the save, ducking partially out of the way as another fireball detonates right next to you. You take 12 points of fire damage.
Oh, okay. Alright. And does that get me 2 Malkar, or no?
Um, we'll treat this kind of like initiative at this point. So yeah, it just went. So now it is your turn to do what you can do in the space of one turn.
Alright, I'm gonna just try to grab Malkar and drag him, like, back here around this corner, so that I have some cover.
Okay. So you'd basically have to dash to get there, or do you want to get to like the bottom of the steps and then? I mean, I guess how. Think of it like combat.
Yeah. So where was I when the fireball exploded?
We'll say you're right where your mini is.
Alright, yeah, I'm just gonna turn around and dash the fuck back out. I'm not playing with that.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna dash out, and I'll just stand, like, where was the last place I saw that thing erupt a fireball?
Like before the one that just hit you.
Yeah,
Um,
like it was about here. Would I be safe? Like, I guess, where are the charred bodies?
Yeah. So the charred bodies basically reach. Let me get the drawing tool out here. There.
Okay, I'm gonna go right where I am then, and
Okay.
or actually, Esmeralda's there, isn't she?
She's just on the safe side. So yeah,
Okay.
you're good. You're good.
So I'll bump into her and say, "Oh, sorry." And so there are 2 invisibles just hanging out at the bottom of the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll turn to Esmeralda and say, "Yeah, those things can see invisible units. So whatever that is." I was gonna try to go get Melkar, but they saw me. I'll look at everybody. How's everybody else looking other than Muriel? Because I know she looks okay.
I look a quarter hurt.
Yeah,
More than a
Octavio's
little beat
looking.
up.
Yeah, Octavio's looking pretty rough, but you know he's still standing at the very least.
I could use a nap.
Yeah, you think we should go rest? Try to hit this in the morning?
Or we could leave.
time of the day is it?
After
Nap
your
time.
little bit of travel, it's probably like 2, maybe 3 by now.
Well, I mean, we'll at least need a game plan, I guess.
Game plan is don't set off whatever he set off.
I mean, but we might set it off. Anyways, like accidentally.
Then we'll deal with it then.
Awful magic. I'm just gonna sit here and wait.
Fuck you guys and your magic.
Well, I can't do a whole lot of anything else today. I'm pretty spent.
I'm also not doing the best anymore. I mean, I still have spells, but I think. At what point did it attack you?
When I got to the banister of the stairs, and you're talking about you're talking to nothing. I would like to keep my invisibility.
That's okay.
Cool.
That was what, a con save?
Yeah, you do need to make that. Ooh,
Never mind.
no
I'm not
invis for you.
invisible. Yep. Never mind. You're talking to a. Finally, I look down and go, "Oh shit! I'm not invisible anymore."
So, did I see it? I mean, like, me personally, it was within my view, whatever was attacking it. On screen. So did I see what was attacking him?
Let me check the wording of the spell. Because that would have quite an impact. Yes, so a bright streak flashed from the head of the statue toward Ron and detonated, as did a number of bright streaks emanate from the arrow holes on the left as Malkar was blown off of the ceiling.
Okay, so I saw where the bright streaks came from, but not whatever was causing it.
Right.
I have a new spell. Let me read it again. See if it helps. Okay. That's not helpful.
Well, I'm gonna go outside and sit with Dane.
You know what?
I said I'm going outside and sitting with Dane.
Yeah.
Just joining him out there.
Okay.
I will stand there and put on my thinking face.
I'll say, well, if I take a rest, I might be able to make that statue squish whatever's on top of its head.
Hmm. So, okay. So, the stuff I saw in the walls. Was it just coming from holes in the walls?
Yeah, so just like along the hallway on the way in, there were what looked like arrow slits along the wall,
Yeah.
and you could see what looked like kind of a flickering greenish flame from beyond the arrow slits, and then you saw the beams kind of converge on Malkar from the arrow slits.
Okay. So there's a black thingy on the statue's head.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. Back up. Okay. I'm going to stand here and cast Dispel Magic on that just general black thing.
Hmm. Okay. All right.
You know what? I'll just cast it at 4th level. No, 5th level. I will cast it at 5th level.
Woohoo. Okay. Um, looking a thing up. Okay. Yeah, so you do that, and the black sphere surrounding the head of the statue disappears.
I yell, Ron! I made the black thing on the statue disappear.
Oh. Okay. Come on in, and I guess I'll begin making my way over towards Malkar again. Gingerly, very gingerly.
I am watching everything.
Yep.
Okay. Um,
I see you, little thing, right here. I see you.
what do you see?
A little green thing.
There.
Well, as Ron is gingerly making his way down there along things and such.
I also told him that I saw things coming out of the side, so I would be very careful. Do I
Okay.
see black thingies coming out from the side, like on the head, or just slits?
Just oh, so hold on. Let me clarify. Are you asking for a better description of the head now that the black thing is gone?
No. You said that fireballs came out of the sides too to hit Melkar?
Yes.
Yeah. And from the head? Is what was on the head also on the walls?
No.
Okay.
Okay. So I think
Dink.
let me check something real quick. Is it safe to say that at some point, while Ron was gingerly making his way through, that oh, well, yeah, no, there's not even a question. So, you guys hear a whistling, whining sound as a beam erupts from the left eye of the statue, and I need both of you to make dexterity saving throws.
Oh, fuck. Uh, I'm going to use my inspiration.
Okay.
That's
I'm
what, just a
going to
reroll?
fail.
Yeah, it's basically advantage there, Taylor. Okay. So Yoan, you take 31 points of fire damage.
Ow.
Ron, you take 15 points of fire damage as another fireball detonates between the two of you. Oh, I just put a dot on you. My mistake.
I am still alive. I know I have very low health, but I'm still up.
Just gonna move you for a second to get rid of that stupid dot.
Is the wolf dead? Or just stuck back there?
Basically, it's retreated into that room and even beyond it.
Okay.
But yeah, so that happens. What are you guys doing?
I'm getting the fuck out. I'm done.
What does the thing look like without the black thing? The eye?
So you see a full face with eye holes, each of which are probably about 2 feet wide.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
How big's the statue?
Pretty big. Let me see if I have an exact description on that one. I should.
It says 2-foot wide eyes.
I remember reading that particular detail of all the things. So let's see. A 40-foot tall statue of a cowled figure in flowing robes.
P. Okay. Yeah, I am also getting out of here.
Okay. Actually, since the player of Yoan was intently looking at the statue, go ahead and make a perception check just to see if you pick anything else out. Not so much.
I tried.
Okay,
I'm backing up to there
gotcha.
and healing myself.
Okay.
I'm just getting the fuck out. I don't even care, not looking around. I'm just dashing, getting the fuck out.
Okay.
That hurt.
All right. And oh my gosh, Pete, calm your boy tits. Calm your man tits. Right. So that being the case, um,
Is it gonna attack me again?
what was that?
Is it gonna attack me again? Is it better not? Because I've just used 4 spells.
um, Let me do a thing.
Well, I did a thing and got the fuck out, so.
Okay. So you see the slightest little ray of flame come shooting out of the right eye this time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, do.
So I probably only got one of my saves in.
And that's a 20 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you take 9 points of fire damage.
That's my hit points. Well, I have one.
You have 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I had 0. Now I have 1.
Oh, yeah, because half
Yeah.
orc. Gotcha. Well, cool. So that's a
Yeah,
thing.
no. I'm just gonna back up here, all the way outside it, and now heal myself.
Okay. Yeah, you are not attacked outside the temple.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
if I can, I'm getting the fuck out of the temple too.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I mean, with that action, you guys would have had another opportunity to just move. So, all right. Well, let's say we leave it off here, and
Can I do
you guys can.
one more thing? Because I don't want to forget it.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me finish healing myself. Let's cast this at 3rd level. Okay, 24.
Not bad.
That is more than I needed. I am going to cast. I'm going to sneak back up here and cast Dispel Magic on one of the eyes
Okay.
at 4th level.
Okay. And I think it's reasonable that you'd be closely looking at something that you're targeting with a spell. So go ahead and make another perception check. I think you see a little glint from inside the eye, but not enough to really give anything away. You cast your Dispel Magic, and you do Dispel Magic stuff.
Does it dispel?
It doesn't seem to have dispelled any particular effect, no.
Okay. Okay, I'm heading out here.
Okay. All right. And we'll pick it up from there next week.